One of my favorite quotes about manhood, husbandhood, is we go to our wives in our strength, not for our strength. And what I mean by that is it's very common for, I think especially Christian men, to go to their wives for validation, to get those hugs from her, and that intimacy from her in order to have strength. Problem is, she doesn't have that to give. She can give comfort, she can give healing, she can give a lot of things with that hug that are super powerful and amazing, but she cannot give strength, masculine strength, because she doesn't have it to give. And so, in the battles we fight as men, physically, mentally, emotionally, we have to get our strength from somewhere besides our wives. And that strength, primarily, the ultimate source of strength, is from our Father in heaven, right? We are his sons. He planted within us this divine masculinity, and he can draw that out. He can remind us who we are. He will remind us that we have what it takes. And that is really the key to having strength, that we can go to our wives in our strength, because we didn't get it from her. We got it from him and from other godly men, right? God, our Father, wants his sons to strengthen and help each other. And so he has other men that he has already fathered and initiated into warriorhood, into strength, that godly strength. So could he give that to you directly? Sure. But he would rather have us help each other as men. So when I feel like I need strength, I'm weak, I need to go to those men in my life, those godly men that God has led me to, and that what I call the band of brothers we develop. I need to go to them for strength. And that can be calling them on the phone, right? That can be going in person, or them coming to you. And you want that big hug from a strong, righteous, good man. That hug is way different than that from your female companion, but it is what you need for the fight. You need strength for the fight, and then when you're not in the fight, you come home, you're there, you're strong, your wife is in a good place, then you get the hug from her and the intimacy from her, and that is more for healing. In fact, the female nervous system is designed, biologically, to calm and heal the male nervous system. But if we're exiting the fight, exiting the hard things that we're supposed to do by going to our wives for validation and for strength, then we're not growing as men, and we're being reliant on them, and it ends up being more of a mother-son relationship, right? For a 5-year-old to run to mommy when things are really hard is totally fine. But for a 50-year-old, no, I can't progress as a man if I do that. So anyway, that's just something to think about. One of the key things, as always, start talking to your father. All you have to do is say Father and begin talking to him, sharing where you're at, asking him for strength, and I promise you that strength will come. And then start developing a band of brothers, men that you can trust. Find those men at church, in 12-step groups, in lots of different places, and maybe you already have some of those. I did. I had lots of good men in my life, but they were just guys that I went and did stuff with. Guys are really good at that, at going out and doing stuff together, going shooting, riding, building stuff, all kinds of things, playing sports. That's a natural thing, but the strength is passed on emotionally. And that emotionally comes from having emotional conversations, from being real, from being vulnerable, from hugging another man, right? Those things are absolutely key. So, brethren, men, go to your wives in your strength, not for your strength. get that strength from him and from the other godly men. All right, see you, brothers. Love you.